Alright, what's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Dansgreat here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy X No Sphere Grid Nemesis live stream. Hope everybody can see and hear me. If we get confirmation of that, then we'll get going once again with a new session. Awesome. Thank you, Sky Blue. Appreciate that. So, we are here once again. We have spent 2 full sessions, and we had basically I think one attempt at the end of the Shinryu session of trying to defeat No Sphere Grid Nemesis for the first time for me. And as you guys have seen by now, the general narrative is that a huge portion of the fight is basically, will the Maga Sisters do what you need them to do, or will they not? Now, up until this point, we've been unsuccessful. I think the best attempt we've had has been something like 1.7 million left. So we've definitely got close, and 1.7 million sounds like a lot, but it's basically like the equivalent of maybe 4 moves. If Mindy uses 4 more Pasados, that basically clears that entire thing out. So we're not too far away, but we haven't managed to cross the line yet. So we'll see if in this session we'll get the luck that we need to win this fight and finally put this one to bed. So we're going to get straight back into it, because you guys know how it works at this stage. And if anyone's coming in later on wondering what the hell's going on, I'm sure the chat is now knowledgeable enough about this fight to explain the situation. So here we go again. It's going to be another session of this. As always, could be... I mean, the last time we did this, I think literally the first attempt that we had, we managed to get Sandy to use haste on the first try. So weird things can happen. We might be able to win in the first attempt or 2, or it might be another 3 hours of fruitless attempts to try and beat this guy. So we shall see. Not another 25,000 gil. How will you ever recover from that? There's definitely been times where I have actually been running kind of low on gil in certain runs and certain challenges and stuff, where I haven't been grinding as much, so I don't have as much gil, and I've needed to have attempts at monster arena enemies, especially the ones that are 6,000 to 8,000 a pop. If you need to fight them a lot and you're not kind of let's say you're doing something a bit more difficult and you're dying in between, you need a lot of repeat attempts to even beat those guys, then you can definitely start to run out of gil. The 6,000 to 8,000 even can start to really cause you some problems. Is Riku, Waka, Tidus not viable here? No, definitely not. They're just... Nemesis is too fast, and it has the move Ultra Spark, which will take out everybody, and by the time something like Auto Life kicks in and you recover, he's basically taken out your whole party again. So if we're lucky, we can for a very short period of time, we can potentially keep our normal characters alive, and just alive long enough to call out another Aeon, if that's going to help us win, basically. So in general, obviously, I think in an ideal run, we're going to summon these guys, and then they're just going to get the job done, and we're not going to have to do anything more to win the fight. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still going to try my best to do my first kind of combined powers here, just to get a head start in the fight. But I will take a little bit more of a chance and see if I can at least get some of these going first. Yeah, so this is often what seems to happen. The first time you summon them, Sandy rarely seems to get the defense one popping up. And it's quite literally one of the biggest keys of the entire fight, to get defense popping, and then obviously to get haste as a result of that. So let's see if we can... Let's do this. And then I'll do it one more time. And then I'll unleash the Fury. Or the Delta attack. Reckon today's the day. It very well may be. As I've been saying, I think based on the first attempt or 2 I had and how much damage Pasado can do, I genuinely didn't think it would take this long. So it's already taken longer than I anticipated, but now I'm at the stage where the RNG that you do need to get the win? Is it actually more rarer even than I thought? And maybe we still need another 10, 20, 30, 40 attempts. I really don't know. So we're going to keep trying and see how we do. I'm definitely invested. I mean, I'm obviously not going to give this one up until I get the win, but it's more a case of, as I've been saying as well, how long will the audience be interested in watching these runs and seeing how they're going to pan out? Because obviously there is a bit of an element now of, you know, the whole I was there thing, because we've had enough attempts now to know that this isn't some kind of common easy victory. And so if it does happen, hopefully, I think it would be pretty cool for anyone that was watching it live and actually saw it happen. So I think it's entered that kind of stage. And so I'm hoping that will keep the viewers invested, and we'll see how that goes. So once again, look, you're seeing this as a second turn, and there's no option for defense from Sandy, which I just find strange. Like, you should have that option, really should. I mean, we've literally already taken damage. If there was no defense option before you took damage, maybe that's more understandable, but we're literally getting attacked and taking damage, so she's just not interested in defense. She just wants to attack. Fine. Okay, so Mindy, you're going to give us a Posado? Yes, you will. Excellent. Hey Jack, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Seeing those fireflies at the end will be glorious. This is true. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It will happen, one way or another. I was thinking ahead, like, worst case, if people are like, you know what, like, we're not interested in watching this anymore. It's gotten too repetitive and boring, all of these attempts. I will basically do these runs off stream and basically upload a winning attempt. But obviously that'll be a lot less hype in that sense than getting to be able to do it live. So we'll see. Okay, finally defense has appeared. Shell. Okay. Thank you, JM. That is the hope. And we only need it to be, like, as we've seen again in, like, the attempts we've had so far, sometimes it's just a few forks in the road. It's like, you know, one or two moments where if you just got one thing instead of the other, the whole fight would have changed. So we need to really... Like, there's certain moments where you need a stroke of luck. I think that's generally how it seems to go. I got a read from GameFAQs, and one system needs to be at less than 50% HP for it to appear all the time. Yeah, that makes sense. But in a fight like this, once you're below 50% HP, you're already not that far from death, because Ultra Spark hits everyone for 30k. So yeah, so you can tell since Sandy's already off to a nice start here. She's had 4 turns, and we've managed to get 1 shell. That's been our defensive output so far from Sandy. And it's just a shame that Ultra Spark curses everyone, otherwise maybe you have a small chance of getting an overdrive, but nah. So the auto lives came in pretty quickly, and Posado has been working pretty well. I think all said, Sandy's probably been the biggest factor, and I think in terms of just the pure, like, numbers involved, I think that's the one that makes the most sense, because the thing that's the least likely to happen out of what you need to happen in terms of RNG is Sandy using haste, basically. Things like auto life, it's much more likely that you'll see Cindy use an auto life than you'll ever see Sandy use defense. So when you think of it in those terms, it kind of makes sense. But it doesn't make it infuriating sometimes when it's just time after time she just refuses to do anything useful. But that was a pretty good little cure there. I think it'll be Armageddon before Ultra Spark probably, but that little heal there saves us from another Ultra Spark if Sandy doesn't take any more damage. But that's 2 taking her breaks now when using defense. Not good. So I think from here we just fight until Armageddon happens. I'm not keeping track at the moment. I feel like I've generally understood the flow of the fight well enough that I don't think it matters too much. I think if we get the right run, it's not going to matter if you're keeping count or not. So we'll see. But I'd say Cindy and Mindy are off to a good start in terms of doing what they got to do. Welcome, Elliot, Ammo, and Nico. Thanks for joining me today. Does Sandy always have an equal chance of using Shell, Protect, and Haste? No, they're not equal. Haste is the one that's the least likely out of those. If you had Control Assist, the pattern would matter more. Maybe, honestly, if I had Control, even less so. You might actually be able to kill it before Armageddon even happens. I think if you could control them fully manually and get the immediate triple hastes, you'd go crazy. Wouldn't need too much more. I think if we do nab a win, maybe we can have a look at that, honestly. See what happens if you get full manual control. What if a character was slowed? Would haste still be unlikely? I think it's always unlikely. I don't think there's ever a situation where it becomes quote-unquote likely, where, let's say, there's a greater than 50% chance that haste will be used if you select defense. It just doesn't happen. It's the kind of fight where I haven't checked the FAQ, the one that really breaks down the maths of every single outcome and like the motivation stat and all of that kind of stuff, because ultimately it doesn't really affect your decision most of the time. If you want Sandy to use haste, you have to use defense. Like, there's no other, like, that is how it is. So it doesn't matter if you know the mechanics behind it or not. This is the one that's most likely to give you haste. I mean, do as you will resulting in haste, it almost basically never happens, I think. If Ultra Spark happens too fast, okay, we have a little bit of time here, so Cindy needs to move fast. This is always the danger part of the fight, where we need to, as soon as possible, get auto life back. And she does. So honestly, Cindy and Mindy doing a fantastic job in this attempt already. But Sandy, as she often does, is letting us down. The shell is sort of annoying for the nerf to the random healing you get, though. Yeah, I mean, shell can be useful sometimes because it does lower the damage from ethereal cannon. It can actually save you from a KO sometimes, but in general, yes, it's not the most useful move in the world. Let's see. Right, she prefers auto life. There was no help each other there. We have a few turns before another Ultra Spark, so we have a little bit of time. Do as you will only adds reflect. Yeah, do as you... Basically, anytime you try to use do as you will with Sandy, you're running a big risk of her using reflect. And reflect is a killer in this fight. You just really don't want her to use that. Ah, it's only a life. Cindy's had enough of Sandy. Yeah, you're right. She's tired of her shit already. And it's only the first attempt. One big reprieve here is that once you come back with auto life, you can survive both the slap and ethereal cannon, so that buys you a little bit of time to get some auto lives on. Distant Worlds is coming to Amsterdam. I'm really excited to go. Yeah, if anyone ever gets a chance to go to Distant Worlds and you've never been before, I would 100% recommend. No, okay. Yeah, this is where it starts going wrong. Instead of an auto life, she went for the Camisade for absolutely no reason at all. And now we are at the mercy of Ultra Spark, and this attempt will basically be over. Hey Birch, good to see you. And of course Bugenhagen. Okay, we got a reprieve there. Physical attack came in. But, because, you see, look, this is why it really sucks. So, Cindy had a turn, used Camisade, then Nemesis came in with a physical attack, but then Cindy didn't get another turn because Camisade is a higher rank, so it has more delay than a normal attack, and so not only did she not use auto life, she also gave away some of her time on the CTB, so Nemesis gets 2 attacks for one of her Camisades there. So now there's even less chance of her surviving as a result. So chances are we're screwed here, and attempt 1 is finished. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So this was Cindy. Basically, this is again that one fork in the road. Using Camisade there completely ruined everything. If she used auto life on herself, we'd still be in the race. But as of this stage, we're kind of finished. So what we can do still, in these situations, I think it's still worth trying. I'll speed up now. This attempt is almost certainly finished, but we'll see what we can do anyway. There's always a very small chance you get to resummon here. So since at least one of the sisters was left alive, or 2 of them here, we have a small chance, so we'll just wait. Okay, I think we actually got the resummon here. There you go. So this was actually a pretty rare occurrence where we actually managed to get another summon in. That's pretty impressive. And so this way, the sister that died, Cindy, gets to make a comeback. So this was a good opportunity here. Only thing is, Ultra Spark is coming again very soon. So you could very well resummon them and then basically get Ultra Sparked pretty much immediately and then just get taken out again. I think Grand Summon, I'm going to say no this time. Basically, the reason I don't Grand Summon is because obviously it delays unit a lot. And so if you get a chance to resummon, it will be even less likely that Yuna will get another turn again because her CTB is so far down the road. So if you do a normal summon, at least, Yuna will basically, you can see how it affects her CTB. So if we get lucky and we can somehow do a second resummon, which we've never managed to do yet, then we'll manage to basically have a greater chance of summoning again. So for now, at least, I'm going to go for that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we only get 1 turn. And in this turn, we really need Cindy to auto life herself. Otherwise, again, we're all screwed here. So we'll see. Yeah, she didn't do it on herself. It was Armageddon anyway. Again, it doesn't change what I would have done, whether it was Armageddon or Ultra Spark. I still would have gone for the same move. That's why I'm saying, like, counting to some extent is not that important. But now, it was a good little attempt there, but yeah. That's a harsh one, man. That's harsh. Jeez. Yeah, that was really harsh. It was such bad timing. We managed to get the resummon, but it was literally the turn before Armageddon. That's really annoying. But okay. Go again. Okay. So we had a decent run there, but Sandy let us down for most of the fight. Well, all of the fight, as she always does. But then Cindy dropped the ball, and then we were in trouble. Okay. The struggle is real. Oh, nice. Good start. We get some kind of haste in the first few turns, then we're really rolling here. Perfect start so far. Wow, defense actually popped up for once. I don't know what the chances are of defense popping up on the first one, but pop up it did. So here we go. Come on. No way. Perfect start. Holy shit. I think that might be the first time we had a perfect start, like a truly perfect start. Cindy auto-lifed herself. Mindy got the Pasado in. And Sandy used haste. Boot. Wow. Holy shit. Let's see if we can make this count. So we are going to combine powers here, I think, still. Yes, indeed, we are live. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because we've seen many a time how quickly it can all break down, but we have had the perfect start. So I'm not going to auto-life the rest of the sisters for now. I might go on a bit of a rush and just try and do as much damage as I can, like quickly. Then again, if I do one more time, the move before Combined Powers was auto-life, so I think she'll just do another auto-life. Maybe just get these in now, honestly. Don't waste time on them. Later. Because then when we really do need them before Armageddon, we might get stuck. So let's just do it. Now, of course, getting haste one time is one thing, but then getting multiple haste is another. So we're going to see how that works as well. We really need multiple haste. Look how many turns Cindy has got, by the way. What the hell? Okay, she went off the boil a little bit there, but still. Right, here we go. This is a crucial move now. Nope, she didn't do it. She did the same thing the last time. Literally the previous session, on the very first attempt, on Sandy's very first move, she used haste. And we all got excited, and then literally the very next move, she decided to not use. She didn't do it one more time. Cruel. But hey, we're still in it here, and you never know, we might get a second one. It has happened before where we've got haste twice in the same fight. So let's not give it up just yet. We're still doing very well. Yeah, Cindy can switch to fighting mode. Yeah, it would have been excellent if it was on Mindy, but oh well. But this can, even like what we're doing here with Cindy, is going to net us some decent extra damage here. So now it's a race to see how much damage we can do before Armageddon happens. Aldrion counting the AC, thank you very much. I'm going to trust your count here. I think as long as you're in the ballpark, it tends to be good enough. Don't have to be perfect. Okay. I think we can survive an Ultra Spark with Mindy. So I'm going to keep going. Now another RNG element here is going to be how close is an Ultra Spark going to be to Armageddon. If they're very close to each other, that automatically always makes things way more difficult and way more RNG reliant to kind of negotiate that whole transition. But if we get a little bit lucky and after Armageddon we have a breathing window, or we don't, like multiple sisters don't get killed before Armageddon, then we actually have a chance. So we'll see. I'm going to keep pushing for defense here. Oh. Let's keep going. Have you ever played any of the Star Ocean games? No, I haven't. Unfortunately, it's part of like the mountain of games that I hope to get to someday in the future. But yeah, she did survive. Okay. So I think an Armageddon now won't be the worst thing in the world. Let's just keep going here. Haste coming in at any time is still useful for us, honestly. Even if we kind of die immediately after, it will help us still get back up to speed. So Armageddon still has a little bit of time. She's gone off the boil. Okay. AC 16. Yeah, Cindy's been able to keep her haste for a long time, and she's probably put in like an extra 1,000,000 damage just by herself at this point. So that's been really nice. Hey Tanya, welcome to stream. Thanks for joining us. And there's another haste. There you go. That's what I've been saying. And because Cindy still got her haste from last time, Mindy now has a bit of a chance of receiving a haste. Interesting. So with 2 haste in there, we're in a decent position, but Armageddon is approaching quickly. Now, with help each other, can I save any of them? Honestly, there's a chance if she happens to do like a Curaga or something on Sandy, we could maybe save one, but I think we're better off just fighting. Things always come together right before, yeah. This was not great. I hate it when she uses Kamase. That was my mistake. I should have done one more time. Thank you, Micahs, for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. So, one more time. Can she do it again? Yes, she can. Okay, all 3 sisters are hasted up now. This is turning into something of a run here. But this next, like, transition is going to be really interesting here. It could all go wrong very, very quickly. But if we somehow manage to survive it, it could be pretty interesting. I think there's maybe one more turn here. Someone's going to get KO'd from that turn, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. I'm going to attack here. Trouble is, there is no one more time here. So once you get all 3 sisters hasted up, you're kind of done. Can Nemesis' physical attack not be evaded? No, it can't be. Yeah, so now we're in a tough position because there's no more haste. Now, what I don't remember, again, this is always one of those things I should probably check. If I do one more time, she obviously won't do it because she's already hasted everybody up, but does that mean that in the future, if someone gets KO'd and her next turn I use one more time again, will she just use haste? I think it's worth trying because I don't think there's anything particularly useful that she'll do here. Like, I don't really need her to use defense, per se. Thank you for the donation, Birch. Appreciate that. Francisco says she loses it. Yeah, I'm inclined to think that that's the case, but it would be nice if there was a way to kind of have her stall right now. Even if she does nothing, then on her next turn, if she can haste someone, maybe she will. But let's just see it happen in real time, because I just don't think there's anything useful she can add right now. So she'll take a break there. Because I don't think... Can you get them to deliberately repeat taking a break? I don't know. It's been a long time. Hey Slars, glad you could catch this live stream. Okay, Cindy KO'd. That was absolutely the worst outcome here. That was so bad. Because now Armageddon should be next, and we need auto life on Cindy. So now let's try one more time again. We'll see, because this is exactly the scenario that I was kind of hoping that if you do one more time now, maybe she'll kind of remember that haste was the last move she actually executed. And now that someone can be hasted, maybe she'll actually use haste. So this is a good test. No. So unfortunately that doesn't work. That would have been a nice little kind of hacky way to kind of get her to use haste, even though everyone was hasted up. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work that way. And now she's taking a break. Oh, man. Again, it's all falling apart here. So it all hinges on this here. Oh my god, she doesn't have a help each other either. So this is looking very bad right now. So we're going to select Do As You Will. And we're going to hope that Cindy still does the right thing. When you go Do As You Will, it's usually not good. But we'll try. Maybe she'll pull it off. She really needs to use auto life on herself here, otherwise it's probably going to be over. Here we go. Yeah. She always does some wacky shit. Oh, the AC counter was wrong. Aldrion, this is what I mean. It's impossible almost to count the AC accurately. Wow. So it was an Armageddon next. Thank God Aldrion was wrong. As I've said a bunch of times, it still bears repeating because it is a bit of a weird situation. Trying to count the Armageddon counter for Nemesis is really annoying, and sometimes you don't know if it's a +2 or a +3, and it can cause you to get the count wrong. So But that's what I mean. If you're close enough, generally it's okay. Because again, with Cindy, it doesn't change what we would have done. Like, we needed to, one way or another, get auto life on her. And now we definitely know, I'm pretty sure, that it should be Armageddon on the next turn. So, let's see. A few more chances to get haste back on. She's getting so many turns. If she can already get shell on everybody, I think that will increase the chances of seeing haste. Yeah, see, that's not completely correct. That's what I'm saying. So it's not, melee is not always 3 points. Melee can be a 2. It depends if it's part of his decision 1 chain or if it's a normal attack, and you can't always tell which one is which. Most of the time you can retroactively tell which one it was, but in real time you can't. So if you truly want to keep an accurate count, I think you have to be very meticulous about how you count it, and then kind of you do, like, let's say +2 or a 3. You watch what the next move is, and then you can probably go back and correct it to whether it was a +2 or a +3. So it's just annoying either way. Now, Cindy gets one more roll of the dice here. We really need that auto life badly here. There it is, but it's on Mindy. And this time I think we are well and truly screwed, because I'm absolutely sure this time it will be Armageddon, but let's see. She's taking a break too, so that's 2 Pasados that she's thrown away also. So this is how, like, a great looking attempt can really fall by the wayside here. That's a shame. Yeah, still 5.7 million. It should be less than 5 if Mindy kept using Pasado, but she stopped. That's unfortunate. Ah. Taking a break before getting hit with a nuke, exactly. And well, she took a break on the turn before that as well, I think. I think that's one of the ones that hurts me the most, because Pasado is one of the most reliable ones that you know that you almost certainly get every time. So when Mindy starts using taking a break, like, you know you're screwed. And well, now we're also screwed. Great. Yeah. So Yuna's turn is now 4 turns away, because Nemesis is that fast. So let's see if we somehow survive 3 turns here. We of course will not, but let's just have a look anyway. Well, Yuna's auto life is gone, so she won't be revived. Welcome back, Nick. Good to see you. So these two are going to revive each other if it's singular attacks, but it's not really going to matter. Because then we have to revive Yuna, then she's going to be 4 turns away. It's just like, well, once you reach this stage of the fight, it is over. But it is always funny to me, like, how long you can theoretically survive, even though the fight's over. This is nuts. Like, this amount of physicals in a row is already crazy RNG. At this rate, these guys are going to get hit with Armageddon. That I don't think I ever would have seen before. Basically, 2 Armageddons before we see an Ultra Spark. That would be very, very funny. Yeah, the fight is over now. I'm curious to see if it can get to Armageddon before... yeah. Oh my god, that is definitely the first time I've seen that. Pure physical attacks and 1 ethereal cannon before Armageddon. I've never seen that. Wow. That is, like, that's absolutely getting destroyed there. Holy shit. That's insane. Wow. Ah, yes, should have auto-lifed. Damn it. Why didn't I auto-life? Could have won. Hey Sam, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I think that's still the thing that people don't... Yeah, so on any given turn, it can use Decision 1. Like, literally, other than unless it's forced to use Armageddon, on any given turn, it can use the physical melee attack instead of doing that chain. And that's what always, like, throws something into the mix. Can I ask why does game over look like you start a new fight? It's just because this is a mod that allows you to do a soft reset on the Steam version of the game. Like, normally you can't do that. But it basically kind of forces you into an encounter and makes the game force you into a game over to get you a quick restart. So it's just a little kind of mod tool to help you restart the fight more quickly. But yeah, we got bullied there towards the end of that attempt. The attacks in between counts 3, yeah, that's correct, but the physical attack that you receive after receiving an Ultra Spark, there's no way of knowing at the time whether it's part of the chain or if it's an individual melee attack, and that's where the confusion starts if you're trying to keep count. Alright, here we go again. Yeah, so I think that's what's a bit more likely to happen. But that's okay. I still try to use combined powers on the last turn before Nemesis's. I think it's probably still best. Go away, Cindy. Go away. Oh well, at least we have our first million damage already. Ty's such a heartbreaker, he has a sword named after it. It's a good name for a sword, to be funny. Funny that one of the sisters kind of always does the right thing on the first turn. Yeah, it's very rare that all three of them kind of completely just don't play along at all. I have no idea which attempt this is. It's got to be 10s at this stage. It must be like, we must have had at least about 20 attempts across all of the streams, like 20, 25, surely. There's been a few like quicker restarts in there as well. So, surely a decent number. Oh man, okay, this one Cindy's completely off the rails here. She's unhinged. She did 2 taking a breaks and then a Cura. And then, of course, this is the attempt where we get a haste first. I'm getting absolutely trolled today. Good God. This is attempt number 3 for today, I think. We might still be able to salvage something. If Cindy starts... Look at this. What is this? She took a break again. I did help each other, she used Cura, and now this time I don't even get a help each other option. I can either do Cura again, or a do as you will, which is probably going to be taking a break. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we still have a little bit of time to pull this together. It can still work, but Cindy's at the moment doing her absolute best to not have us gain any momentum in this fight. Cura to me is just useless. Like, we need something better, so I'm going to take my chances here. See what she does. Okay. Oh, wow. Cindy flipped the script there. That was unexpected. Wow. Okay. She's turned this one around. She's saying no. Okay. I'm going to make this a real attempt now. Now, last time we got a haste, we didn't manage to get a second one. Can we get a second one? Please. 2 fights in a row where we managed to get an early haste, but no follow-up. There's always got to be something. That's why it's just agonizing. It's like 1 or 2 more things go your way, you're really rolling. But it's just always every time like something annoying happens. Ugh. Was it Sandy herself that got hasted? I think it was, right? So I guess that means she's got more chances of landing a haste. Who was it? think it's Cindy that was hit. Yeah, it was Cindy. Okay. It's the same as last time. Okay. So what do we do from here? Question is, will we see a second Ultra Spark before Armageddon or not? I think I have to go for maybe help each other again. Yeah, fine. She kind of had a little outburst of being useful, and then that was that. Let's just get her to try and clock up some extra damage. I think I'm still gonna get the extra damage in if I can. This is still useful to me. Like, hasted regular attacks are definitely good. And the longer we stay alive with more defensive buffs, the more chance we have of seeing haste happen again. So we're still in it, but again, it's going to all come down to that Armageddon Ultra Spark kind of transition. Okay. So honestly, I think the next turn being Ultra Spark is probably better for us. At least it kind of will get it out of the way. How long am I streaming? So same as always until 4:30 UK time. So like another just over 2 hours. I'd say like 2 hours 15 minutes, something like that. So if she manages to use a Curaga on Mindy, we'll save her from an Ultra Spark, which would be very useful. So I'm going to try. It probably won't happen. It's a bit of a low percentage play, but we'll see. Nah. She's been very prone to taking a break in this one, unfortunately. Oh. Very strange. Cindy's been really just messing with us today. She's had like flashes of absolute brilliance and then just a lot of taking a break as well. She's kind of like that lazy superstar who kind of just like chills and then just does like 1 or 2 little moves when they need to keep people happy, and then goes back into just being lazy and dormant again. Did Square Enix had a voice command? I wish they did, because by now we would have won this fight many times over. She does as she please. That's pretty much the case. Basically every move, really every move is do as you will. Now, I can't save anyone from an Ultra Spark this time. I don't think... Cindy doesn't Curaga on herself, and a Curaga on Mindy won't be enough to save her from an Ultra Spark, so I think we don't really have a choice here, we just fight. As long as she doesn't use Camisade. I mean, to be fair, considering it's been 3 attempts, Sandy's used a decent amount of haste so far. She just didn't do the follow-up both times. If we had the follow-ups by now, things would have been very, very different. Yeah, I think even 2 of them probably cutting it fine. If I got 2 Curagas on Mindy, it still probably wouldn't save her from an Ultra Spark. It'd be close. Because she's got Shell, they only do about 6,000 a pop, so she'd be on like 29, 30k, and it might not be enough. Okay, so this is Panic Stations now. Hey Dan, welcome to the stream. I don't even know if Protect is better than Shell. I think it is, because you're more likely to receive the slap than Ethereal Cannon. So, yeah. Cindy's just been way too prone to taking a break, unfortunately. So I think this attempt is drawing to an end. Theoretically, if Sandy, Hayes, Cindy, and Mindy, you get Persona ready, could you win before Armageddon? I think you probably can. I think it's possible. Hey Matthew, welcome to the stream. See you. So we'll see if Aldron is right this time. It should be Armageddon next. I think it probably is. And this once again means that Cindy has one more chance here. She's been very streaky. There has been a couple of times where she's pulled out the right move when we've needed her to. So we'll see if you can do it one more time. Yes, Cindy's been on a mad one in this attempt. She just completely done her own thing. Is there anything that maybe influences taking a break? Yeah, there is, but there's nothing you can kind of actively do to kind of stop them doing it. As I mentioned, one thing that does, I think, reduce the chance of taking a break is, for example, using their overdrive. It adds to their motivation as a group. And then they're less likely to, but as you've seen, like, they still do it. So we'll go for a resummon here. Why not? We've managed to pull it off once or twice. So 2 more turns we've got to survive here. We'll see what happens. Not much we can do right now. Just wish there was a way to get haste on Yuna here. Can't. That's why I was so sad that Mighty Guard doesn't actually do haste. I really thought it did, but because we would have obviously made Yuna's turn come more quickly. But here we have to roll the dice again. And again, we managed to make it. Wow. I feel like near at the start we were really struggling to get resummons. It felt like it never worked, but they're happening a bit more regularly now. Kind of impressed. Okay, here we go again. I think... Oh, let me see. Is it... Maybe this time it is worth... Nah. Maybe it's still worth going for the Grand Summon. I feel like, especially once they've died one time, 2 resummons I think is just really pushing it. I just feel like it's not going to happen. So let's just go for them again like this anyway. Why not? Okay, let's slow it back down. Ah, you only get 1 turn before Nemesis. That's the annoying bit. Let's see how much HP it has left. Yeah, it's that same old number again, 5.8 million. It's always like 5.7, 5.8. Tends to be around that stage. If I do combine powers, there's just... The delay is so huge that there's more chance of getting hit with Ultra Spark. So I have to still hope for an auto life. This is probably going to be something else. If I Delta attack here, basically no one has auto life, and if we get hit with an Ultra Spark before anyone has auto life, then we're finished again. So basically anytime we're in this scenario, we really need Cindy to be auto lifed. So we'll see. Almost pulled it off. Let's see what move's going to happen. Yeah, the ultimate counter you have to remember as well. Mindy and Cindy would have died from that. I'm going to do one more time here. And then I'll try to full life Mindy on the next one. Yeah, haste would have been good right about now, but yeah, obviously these buffs are pretty pointless. But that was a good one. That gives us a chance. We're going to help each other. There you go. See, now, for example, if Sandy started to really spam some haste, we could make a bit of a comeback here. But it needs to happen, like, soon. So, a very streaky run. Like, Cindy's been completely crazy in this one. There you go. She died. Ah. Have we had an ethereal cannon yet? Like, is the next attack ethereal cannon, or is it Ultra Spark? There isn't like a physical attack. Ah, damn you. Mindy, you're on full health. You should be going for that Pasado. Damn it. Yeah, a lot of physical... Okay, this is still good. So I think we're still in this, you know. Strangely enough, this is one of the best like recoveries we've managed to do after a resummon. And again, if the turns went a little differently, we'd be even more in it, but we still have a shot here. Come on, Mindy. There you go. She's back. Now, Cindy's been absolutely crazy, but I really need her to just like get that auto life on herself. Please. There you go. Okay, so we're still here. Unfortunately, just as we get back on our feet, Armageddon is going to be right there, but... yeah, I think we're going to have a problem of Armageddon and Ultra Spark kind of back-to-backing again, but... for that stuff, again, there's just literally nothing you can do. Just RNG. And again, I can't one more time here, so I kind of don't have a choice. And there's no help each other. Yes, this is a problem. Maybe do as you will, because I'm kind of scared of the Camisade. Maybe there's a chance you Kuraga someone if I do as you will. Yeah, she's been spamming a lot of Protect. One more time, didn't pull out Pasado there. Armageddon first. So again, Aldrion, as you're seeing, it's tough to keep count, man. Definitely keep going. Like, I genuinely appreciate it. But that's what I'm saying about it. It's just it's a really tough one to track. Hey, Frozen Tenno, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate the kind words. And that Armageddon was actually pretty okay timing. Now, well, it wasn't actually, because now again we're in the same position where we need that auto life on her now. On herself? Ah, no. So we have to hope there's a physical attack and not Ultra Spark next. 33% chance we get a slap. Ah, no, she didn't use Pasado last time. Yeah, I'm so used to her using Pasado that one more time is always the general one. Are we under 5 million? I think we must be at this stage, but that's... no, 5.2. Considering our personal best is like 1.7 million or something. Unfortunately, we're still a way off. So again, like, we resummoned, but we barely made any impact. Like, Mindy missed 2 opportunities to use Pasado. That was basically almost 1 million gone. We didn't get any hastes. So unfortunately, it just didn't work out that great. Now, can we get a 3rd summon? This has never happened. It's never happened. Of course, the time when I grand summon, it spams physical attacks. Wow. Wow. That has not happened before in any attempt. This attempt's been absolutely wild. Like, considering the fact that we haven't actually done that much damage, like we've done poorly in terms of damage output, we've had some pretty weird, like, crazy RNG at the moment. But again, it's always the same old problem. Like, you're stuck in this scenario of you have to claw your way back in, and by the time you do, it's Armageddon again, because he's been slapping so much, he's already halfway to Armageddon. So it's really cool that we got to summon a 3rd time. But again, you only ever get that 1 turn. So if things don't go right here, then you're kind of screwed. Oh, Cindy. Come on, man. We've had such, like, weird luck in this one so far. If we turn it around from here, it would be absolutely crazy. Come on. Do as you will is probably going to be taking a break. Fight's just going to be a single attack. Mindy's already given up about 1 million damage so far, but do as you will, I think, always gives a better chance of Pasado. Fight or do as you will. I wonder if when she's in critical HP, do as you will has less chance of Pasado. That's one I should have probably checked. Don't know if anyone has any insight. Yeah, this has been a weirdly, like, it's been a fun attempt in terms of, like, the ups and downs of it, but output-wise it's been pretty poor. But unsure whether I go for fight or do as you will here. because she's on critical HP, I still feel like there's a chance that she just takes a break here. And with fight, at least, maybe there's still a chance she does Pasado. Do as you will. I'm good. I still feel like do as you will fundamentally just has a better chance of working. Francisco and Tanya say fight. Glyn says fight. I would take fight, okay? Been outvoted here. We're going to go for fight. I think since we want a Pasado, that's, in that sense, it's still kind of the wrong answer, but there you go. We're still in it. Oh my god, Sandy. I guess, kinda, if she survives an Ultra Spark, I guess not the worst. No, this time I did do as you will, so again, this time it's Mindy. Can you believe it? These, I swear to you, these are the attempts that hurt the most. Where Mindy just stops using Pasado and you just cannot get her to use it. That's a good 1.5 million thrown away there. And now she's taking a break. So it's like we do so much hard work and so much crazy RNG to give ourselves a chance to win the fight or to even stay alive in it. And then they do all this stupid shit and just throws it all away. Finally. He's missed at least 4 of them at this point. Oh man. It's been one of the most temperamental runs I think we've seen so far. Absolute chaos in this run with the sisters. I'll give up. Nah, this attempt's just been ridiculous. It's been fun, but absolutely ridiculous. This is more frustrating than like a normal shit RNG attempt. There's so many chances for something good to happen, and every single time, at every turn, they're just refused. Ridiculous. Can we, like, restart from here? Let's go for a full summon. We don't have the auto lice for that, unfortunately, but that would mean that I'd have to give up Sandy. Let's just do it anyway, attempt's already over. Yeah, I think just for sake of testing, we did recently get an Ultra Spark as well, so let's see if we can just get a full summon. At least that would be a weird, kind of pointless personal best, but at least we can say we managed to summon, dismiss and summon 4 times against Nemesis. How much have we done now? Yeah, 4.4 million left at the moment. So we did 1.4 million damage between 2 Armageddons, which is horrific. What isn't horrific is Danny gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much. Bring out Yojimbo. Yeah, so already moved on to Ethereal Cannon. So we had some crazy RNG with the slaps. We just kept going slap over and over and over again. Now, this is the little trick that Carifian taught me here. Let me see if I can get this. Feels almost weird to not see Carifian in the chat. I'm so used to it. Where you haste Yuna up afterwards. But unfortunately, we tried all of our tricks. But we topped out at resummoning twice more. What can I do with the membership? First of all, you get the badge by your name. Obviously, your name goes green and you get the badge. And depending on how long you've been a member for, your badge will kind of upgrade over time. And if, like Michael's, for example, you've been a member for more than 5 years, you end up with a matron badge. And other than that, you get to use our special Dan's Go 8 only emojis. Like the Emotional Sid, which is one of my favorites. So there we go. Very strange attempt. Probably the strangest attempt that I've seen so far out of all the ones that we've done. But fine. Isn't yeah, Bugenhagen is the highest. I believe that's 6 or is it 4? I don't know at this point. Bugenhagen is the highest tier. At the time when I was first able to create membership badges, I think 4 years was the highest or 5 years or something. And I just put Matron at the top because he's like the oldest one that I could think of from like Final Fantasy X that I wanted to use as a badge. Like the old scholar that's been around and seen it all. And then as memberships have become available for even longer, some people have obviously reached new milestones. So YouTube allows you to add even more. So I was like, shit, what do I do now? I need like another old legend of Final Fantasy to put as a badge, and so we went for Bugenhagen.